What's up guys, good morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Today is another install day, all thanks to our friends over at Paragon Performance. They sent us a care package, consists of a bunch of different things. They sent us over grills for the front bumper, jack pucks, and then some caps for our oil and coolant reservoirs. They also sent us some Carbotech brake pads, but we're not gonna be installing those today. So we're actually gonna install those this weekend. Our friend Anthony over at AB's Garage can help us out with that install. So make sure you guys are subscribed and have that bell notification hit so you guys know when that video comes out. So I figured we'll start with a jack puck since we got to get the car jacked up anyways to install our grills for the front bumper. The reason why you guys want to get these jack pucks is because you end up doing something like this where you have the individual ones you can put in temporarily, but then you start with 4 and you end up with 1 because you leave them on the car, you drive down the street and they fall off. So these are a perfect solution if you're like me and you're very forgetful and you leave them on the car. These are a permanent solution, so we'll get these things put on first. I am gonna use this temporary one last time just to get the car jacked up. If you guys have a ramp or a lift or something like that, you could definitely use that. All right, so each puck basically consists of 4 pieces. You got the actual puck itself. You got the piece that slides up into the frame. You're gonna turn it sideways, 90 degrees, and then you're gonna tighten it. You've got your bolt, and then you got your spacer. So there's 2 ways you guys can go about this. One way is to have a temporary puck, and then the other way is a permanent puck. You guys already know which way I'm going. But if you guys wanna do a temporary puck, you slide the bolt in through the indented side first, you use the spacer, and then you go ahead and tighten the portion that goes into the frame. You tighten that on there, and now you've got a temporary puck. If you want a more permanent solution like I do, you go ahead and eliminate using that spacer, and you only go with the portion that goes into the frame, and then you just tighten it down. So I'm gonna start with this piece that goes in the frame threaded down to where it's flush with the bolt. Then we're just gonna stick it up in here to the frame, and then you're gonna wanna turn it 90 degrees and kind of let it settle. It has like a little notch in it where it'll settle into the frame. Let's try that again. Put it up, rotate 90 degrees, and make it fall. And there, it's locked in there. So now, you can take your 5/32 Allen wrench and start tightening away. Maybe pull it down to have a little pressure on the puck and the bolt, and then just tighten her up. And then there's also a little bit of lettering on the outside, a couple words that say lift here. I'm gonna have it just pointed to the outside. But yeah, there's not very many threads, so it doesn't take very long. Just go ahead and tighten her down. All right, let's see what she looks like from the outside. So from the outside, coming in, this is what you see. Puck right there, it says lift here. They also say to use Loctite if you guys are leaving them on permanently. I don't have any at the moment, but I'll go ahead and get some and redo them. All right, so I went out and got some Loctite because let's be honest, I'm probably gonna forget to do that, and then these things will fall off and I'll probably have to order another set. So let's go ahead and get this thing done now. Got a little Loctite. We're gonna throw on the threads right here. Just kidding, gotta cut the tip. All right, so cut the tip off. Bam. Take your Loctite, throw it on the threads. All right. Ooh. Again, through that other side. Slide her through. Ooh, actually, you see where the Loctite starts there? I don't know how far down this gets, but I want to go ahead and make sure all those threads are covered. So I'm just going to toss it along all the way down. All right, so we got it on there now. Gonna put our other piece on, get it tightened down to where it's flush with the screw, and then we'll go ahead and put her back in. All right, now we got our rear one on. I love that it says lift here with an exclamation mark, just in case they don't know where to go. And then our front one is being used with our jack right now. Let's go ahead and lower her down. Got her lowered down. And bada bing, bada boom, works perfectly. All right, so the next install we're gonna do are the grills. The reason why I love these grills is because they bolt in. These are like the first ones or the only ones that I know of on the market that actually bolt in. You don't have to zip tie them, and they're made out of metal. So they're not made out of plastic or anything like that. They're made out of metal, and they look really good. So I'm super excited about putting these things on. It also comes with a little hardware kit to get them bolted in. So the first thing we're gonna wanna do is get the car jacked up with those brand new pucks that we just installed, and then go ahead and get some tire chocks and wheel chocks on the back. Once you get it in the air, the next step is going to be to take off this front lip. so we can get to the panels to access the little vents on the side. In order to get this lip off, you're gonna need a T15 Torx bit. There are about 21 screws holding this lip on. Be careful when you're doing this. There's a lot of rocks that are all up in here. They'll drop on your face, so maybe wear some goggles or something. All right, once you get all 21 of those out, this thing should just fall that off. Here's all that sand and bugs and stuff that I wanted to warn you about not getting in your eyes. Once you get that front lip off, you're gonna want to get these panels taken off right here on the sides. So you have one panel right there, one panel over there on the passenger side. To get this panel off, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I believe there's one screw up in here right by the front tire. So there's actually 8 of these screws, and then there's one 7mm right in here. Once you get all those out, this thing should fall right down. Ta-da. So we're gonna get this thing popped off first. In order to do that, you're gonna wanna get a 7mm, possibly with a small extension. Go in from behind, and there are 3 bolts you're gonna wanna unbolt. Once you get those 7 3mm bolts out, you're gonna wanna take this piece off by pushing in the middle, unhooking it there, unhooking it there. Yeah, so try pulling straight forward out with these tabs. Don't try bending it out this way, pull it out this way. And then it comes right off. So for a better look, you got these 3 screws, the ones that we took off, and then these are the little clips that kind of go into this portion. So try just pulling it straight this way out. So the first thing you're gonna do is differentiate the passenger side and the driver's side. The driver's side is the one with a notch in it. It's for the button for the frunk. So we're gonna do the driver's side first. What you're gonna wanna do is take these supplied brackets. You're gonna notice there's 2 ends. There's a short end and a long end. You're gonna wanna take the inside, what I would call like the inside, where the tabs are with the 3M tape. This is the side you're gonna bolt the bracket onto. Just look at the shape of the grill next to the opening so you know which one the driver's side is and what I'm talking about. But you're gonna take the shorter end of the bracket and you're gonna bolt it to your grill here. You're gonna take the black screws that are the Allen head screws that are included, and then the gold nut, and then you're gonna put it on just ever so loosely so we can adjust it. You're gonna repeat that for this one as well. Short end of the bracket, Allen head bolt that's provided along with the gold nut, and now you got those on. They also provide the silver part. You're gonna wanna stick it on the tab over here. You're gonna wanna grab that carbon flash piece that we took off the front, and there are 3 little pieces on there. You wanna take those off. So you just take a straight edge screwdriver, lift that front, and then it should just pop right off. You're gonna wanna do that to all 3. 2, and 3. Put one to the side, because you're gonna wanna need that later. And for these 2, we're gonna go ahead and put these on the brackets. So, like so, and then take your straight edge screwdriver. You're gonna wanna push it in the middle and seat that piece so it doesn't wanna slide off. All right, that one's on there pretty good. And then this one. Perfect. Now we're gonna try sliding this grill up from underneath. So I think they said to use the fat side first. We're gonna slide this up. And then they say to rotate it once you get it up high enough. It is pretty flexible, so don't be afraid to bend it. And then start to rotate. It's really easy to get up in there, not bad at all. Then you're going to take the Allen head screw that they provided, and you're going to want to line up that tab with the bracket that they provided to this hole in the bumper. Okay, something like that. So we're going to use our bolt here, shove it through the bumper here, and connect it to that tab. The Allen key that we're gonna be using for this bolt is a metric 3 mil, I guess. Right now it's about 1 inch away, 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch, about 1/4 inch. So the brackets make like a C, and then this side of it you want pointed towards the inside of the car. So rotate them over like that, and then we'll use the screws that we had, these 7 mils, instead of having to take them off or put them back on from the rear, we're gonna be putting them through the front. Right now I am just doing this part just to kind of get it in the right position, and then we're gonna tighten down the Allen nut on the side there, just so to hold it in place. And then when we go to put this carbon flash piece back on, hopefully it'll just stay where it's at. Also on the bottom, you notice that there's 2 3M tabs. You're gonna want to peel those off. There's one. And 2. And those are just gonna stick to the bottom of this grill right here. So that's pretty lined up. I'm gonna stick it to the bottom, push up on it. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this screw down now in hopes that it'll hold it in place for me. All right, now I'm gonna remove these 2 bolts that we're using for it just to hold it in place. Nice, didn't move at all. Now we're gonna take our carbon flash piece. Remember there's about 6 or 7 tabs. We're gonna slide that in there first. All right, well, no, you have to actually slide them all at the same time, it looks like. So, looks pretty good right there. Yeah, aim to put all 6 or 7 or 8 tabs, whatever it is, all at the same time. Once that goes on there, then I believe you, remember we pushed up in the middle to get it to come off, so you probably want to do the same, push up in the middle and get it to latch in. Oh, no, there it goes. You just have to get this front piece on right there. All right, and then now we got to get these brackets bolted up. So go ahead and take those 7 mils that we had. Remember that bracket? We're going to push the side of it to the inside of the car, and then we're going to go in from the front here. It's a little tight. It's not too bad. So to tighten that bracket to the grill, you're going to need an 11 mil for the nut on the back, and then a 5/32 Allen wrench for the front. Going to go in from behind with the socket, and then you're going to slide the Allen wrench in here for the head of the Allen key. All right, and then just gonna tighten her down. All right, that bracket is on there tight. Now I can go ahead and tighten this one down so we can keep it in place. And now you can adjust that screen exactly how you want it in there. All right, now she's in place. We just need to go ahead and tighten this bracket on there with the Allen key and the 11 mil from behind. Again, slide up from behind. Ooh, it is tight in here. 11 mil ratcheting wrench would be perfect, I think, for this, but I can only find my 10 and my 12. Ugh. Just get comfortable. Take your time, 1/4 turn at a time. All right. Woo. And then once you get those 2 tightened, and you skin all the skin off your knuckles. Last thing you're gonna wanna do is, remember that bracket that we said put aside for later? You're gonna wanna place it right behind that middle hole. You're gonna hold it there with your finger. You're gonna take that last 7mm bolt you have and thread her into place and tighten her down. All right, so first, guys, look how good this looks. That looks OEM. Like, it matches, it doesn't stand out, it looks really perfect. I love how they have a notch there for your frunk. But I want to show you guys a little closer those bolts and screws and stuff. So you can see back there, there's the bracket, has the Allen key head on the front there, and then we got the 11 mil nut on the back of that. So we tighten those down. Then on the front of that bracket is where we screw that 7mm bolt into those original pieces that we flipped onto the other side of that bracket. Again here, this one is the one we just held, that little bracket on the back, and screwed the 7mm into it. And then this one was just like the very first one I showed you guys over here. Again, the bracket, remember, faced this portion towards the inside of the car. But you guys can see there's the Allen head there, the 11 millimeter nut on the back, 7 millimeter bolt here, going to the original brackets that we put on those. And then the smaller Allen head screw, where we've tightened that down before we placed this carbon flash piece on. But now it's all on there. Guys, I love that. And it's secure, it's not going anywhere, it's bolted in. I love it. You're gonna wanna do the passenger side the same exact way. Afterwards, put on the 2 bottom pieces and then put up your front splitter. I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out off camera. I'll show you guys the final result, and then we'll put those oil cap, or the oil reservoir cap, and the coolant reservoir cap on. All right, guys, we got both of the grills installed now. This is the passenger side, and then here is the driver's side. I absolutely love them. Honestly, it really does look OEM. They should have came like this from the factory, I feel like. Look at that, it looks really good. You don't even know it's there. And then also, if you guys were wondering if they needed a grill over here, if you look at the heat exchanger right there, not a lot of damage gets done over there. And then this brake, I think this is a brake duct, so you don't really need a grill for the inside there. Just the outsides, awesome and awesome. I love them. You guys have to get these. They're gonna protect your heat exchangers, radiators, and they look great. All right, and last but not least, we still have these 2 caps to put on. Guys, I picked blue for coolant and black for oil, but they come in a lot of different colors. I believe they have red as well. So for the coolant cap though, there's a 3N piece of tape on the back. You're gonna wanna peel that off and then go ahead and place this bad boy right on top. I'm gonna go for that right there. All right, that looks a lot better. And then as for the oil cap, let's go and pop that out. And then grab our Paragon Performance one. And we'll go ahead and put it in there. Nice. So like I said, a couple different colors you guys can pick, but I did black for oil and blue for coolant. Too cool. Remember guys, if y'all want any of those products that we installed today, head over to Paragon Performance. Use promo code RWDC8ACC for accessories. It's gonna get you guys 5% off any of those products. But that's gonna do it for the end of the video, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys next video. Later.